Hi there. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, wherever you're joining me from. You are actually live on Dr. Sylvia Likambi International, and you're listening to Dr. Sylvia Forchap Likambi, a leading empowerment and transformation authority, a well-being coach, an executive and a life coach, an international best-selling author, a mentor, and so many other things. I'm the founder and CEO of Voice of Nations. I'm also the founder and global CEO and consultant of Dr. Sylvia Likambi International, where you experience optimal mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health and well-being. I thought I'll stop by today to encourage you to take care of your mind. First of all, you must understand your mind, how it works. You must become aware of the vital role that your mind plays, and you take control of your mind and your mental health, because your mental health is vital for you to experience optimal health and well-being. In fact, I say it's your gateway to optimal mental, emotional, and spiritual health and well-being. Thank you for joining me. I'll just share on my timeline so I can inform people I'm actually live. I just stopped by because I've been working with some women, men who are actually having a lot of mental problems, stress, depression. And this is an area where it is so much at my heart to touch and impact lives, because we must take control of our mental health. We have the power to experience optimal mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health and well-being, but we must be aware of this first. Knowledge is power, but it is the application of knowledge. Knowledge is partly power. When you become aware that your mind is the gateway to optimal mental, emotional, and spiritual health and well-being, if you don't go out and apply the principles, what you need to do to exploit the power of the mind to experience that optimal health and well-being, nothing is going to change. So let me just share. I need to find this video. Thank you for joining me. If you don't comment, I cannot see you. For some reason, I cannot find it. I'll just check. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. I need to find this video and put it on my timeline. Wonderful, I found it. Thank you, thank you. I'm streaming directly from my PC, so I really hope the images are clear. If not, please just you alert me so I can change if possible. Thank you. We will be looking at the power of your mind. You must become aware of how powerful your mind is, and you take control so you can take care of your mental health and your general health and well-being. I am just trying to share on my page. Okay, thank you. Wonderful. I'm going to go live straight away. Thank you for joining me. You're listening or you're watching Dr. Sylvia for Kambi, an empowerment and transformation authority. And it's a pleasure and privilege to be with you live. If you can hear me, please let me know. If you cannot hear me, let me know so I might get the microphone closer. I hope you're having an amazing and a wonderful day. If not, I want you to resolve within you that you're going to have an amazing and a wonderful day today. Yes, because you've got the power to decide and determine how your day will be like. They are not the things that happen to you. They are not the way people treat you. It's not your situation or your circumstances or environment that determines how you feel and how well you live this day. It is who you are, what you decide that you will become and live on this day. That is important, and that will become your reality. So you can change the way you see today. You can take control. And that's why I just want to talk briefly on the power of your mind. How you can understand your mind. It will be very brief, and I'm inviting you, if you're around London, to join me on the 29th of September 2018 at the Marble Arch Marriott Hotel for a powerful masterclass, the Optimal Wellbeing and Performance Masterclass. We'll explore a lot more on the mind and how it works and how it can give you the power to experience and flourish in optimal health and well-being. Thank you all for joining me. As you join, you can share the video, you can comment, ask any questions you want to ask. If I cannot take your questions right now, I promise you I'm going to take it later on, because I just thought to stop by briefly, then I'm going to go back to work, because I know a lot of people I work with who suffer from mental health problems. It is so sad. It's not how great we look in the external. It's not how spiritually we say we are as well. Our mental health determines a lot. It is vital. It determines who we become. As you think in your mind, what you see and perceive in your mind, that's who you will become. That's what your reality will become. So your mind is the gateway for you to be able to experience optimal mental, emotional, and spiritual health and well-being. Everything that takes place, in your mind, that's where you have the transaction. That's where your dreams, the things that are not yet reality, what you dream, what you think of, what you fear, and those things that are already reality, that's where the transaction takes place. If something will become a reality, if your dream will become a reality, it must go through your mind. There must be conception at the level of your mind. In other words, you must be pregnant. You must impregnate that idea, that dream of optimal health, whatever it is, be it your health, be it your relationship, be it your career, whatever it is, you must first of all conceive that thought, that idea, and nurture it within your mind. Then you give birth to it in the physical realm, and it becomes a reality. So, how are you taking care of your mind? Do you understand the power that's within your mind? Do you know that you've got the power to change your current situation, to change your life, to change your status from poverty, from ill health, from struggle to actually wealth, great health, and, glorious life? Do you know that? You've got everything that it takes. You and you alone has access to your mind, unless you actually give someone the key to get into that gateway, to get into that door and get into your mind. That's by listening to them, their thoughts, their opinions, or their perception and what they think about you. That's when you give them the authority to have access to your mind. But because you give them that permission, you have sole access and sole control of your mind. It is your duty, it is your responsibility to take care of your mind, to accept those things that you think, to think the way you want to think and speak the way you want to speak. We cannot blame others. We cannot blame our friends, our spouses, our bosses, our relatives for making us think the way we think, feel the way we feel, or being responsible for our mental health and our physical health. No, unfortunately, we cannot do that, because you hold the key to your mind. You have the key to access your mind and no one else. If you give someone the permission, then they have access to it, but because you have authorized them to have access to your mind. So let's look at your mind right now. I love to speak and actually to give kind of like great examples, and use metaphors a lot so it becomes so simplified. So I want you to envisage your mind, to literally look at your mind like the switch. All right, we've got the light, right? When there is darkness, we need the light on in a room. But without me switching on that light, I need to go to that switch. First of all, I need to know where the switch is in a room. I get into a room, it is dark, and there is light in that room. But if I do not know where the switch is to turn on that light, I am going to be in darkness. I will walk into that room and I will never experience light. The light that is in that room, I will never benefit from it unless I know where that switch is. And all I need to do is go and turn on the light. I turn on that switch and the light actually comes on and there is no more darkness. That's just how our mind is. All right? You can literally change from being extremely sad to extremely overjoyed, happy, glorious by turning on the light in your mind. Yes. I'm not saying any theory. This is a practical reality. That's how I live my life. I can literally, and all successful people who are actually mindful, people who've actually taken control, become so aware, have got a great grasp of their mind. And you see them, they are so optimistic because they know that all they need to do, there will be a moment of darkness. There is a reason for darkness. There are seasons in life. There will be times when we'll be down. There will be times when we'll be up and happy. There are seasons. They are needed. But once you understand, successful, optimistic people, and that's how I live my life, we understand that all you need to do, when that darkness has come, there is a purpose. Like if you need to go to bed and sleep, you don't want to sleep when there is so much light. So even darkness has a purpose. All right? So once you understand that you have the switch to turn on the light in your mind, you literally go in there and you switch on the light. When you desire light, you experience light to its fullest. When you actually have to be in darkness, literally speaking, no one really want to be in darkness in their lives, but circumstances will happen, things you cannot control, but you can turn on the light in those areas. So as I was talking, so if you get into this room and there is the light in that room, but the light is turned off, and then you understand where the switch is and you need the light so you can see clearly and not stumble, all you do is move on and you switch on the light. You don't pray for the darkness to go away. You don't curse the darkness. You don't bind the darkness. You don't blame the darkness. You simply identify the light and the switch of the light. The light is there, is the physical manifestation, but it needs that switch to be able to turn it on. You literally go there and you turn on the light because the darkness was there because the light was absent. That's exactly the same in your life. When you are low, you are actually not experiencing full health, great mental health, then you need to actually understand your mind, how it works. And you should be able to go into your mind, literally speaking, and turn on the light. And you will experience that great light that comes from your spirit. Because really, it's the gateway, that connects your spirit, the greatness that we really are is from the spirit. Things like peace, love, joy, all of that are not physical things. We cannot see them. We cannot touch them. They are actually from the spirit. They are spiritual gifts, or fruits. So for us to actually experience or exploit these physical fruits and let them be made manifest so that I can be happy in the physical realm, I need to access that gateway. I need to turn on that switch. I need to access my mind, which connects my spirit to the physical and give me joy, peace, whatever I deserve. We have a lot of people complaining nowadays about stress. Things that are not norm have become the norm. Stress is a physiological condition. Stress is required, is necessary for us to live and have victory when we have challenges, or to run and preserve and protect ourselves so we stay alive. Stress is not a pathological condition, but when it is so prolonged, or when it is not actually real, because we can perceive danger when there is no danger. Remember I said, as we think, so our reality becomes. What we see and perceive becomes our reality. So when you are stressed, it's an indication that action needs to be taken. Without the stress, you will not normally take that action, because once you are stressed, your physiological situation or condition, start releasing extra hormones, cortisol, stressors, to help you have victory, to help you win that battle that you're actually encountering, or to take you away from that if it's a great threat and danger, so you can run and flee. So it gives you extra energy that you would not normally have if you were not stressed. Your heart begins to beat faster, your muscles contract, you can run faster. You can run faster than you could ever do. You could even run faster than Usain Bolt when you've never been to any training. So it is important. It's like I touch something that is hot. I'm not even aware, but unconsciously, there was that reflex action. I take off my hand immediately, because there is something superior to my physical body. I don't need to see that it's hot or see what actually caused me to feel that pain or that burn before I take my mind off. I am wired by the divine in such a way that when there is danger, when I touch something that is hot, I should immediately take my hand off through the reflex action, because hormones have been released, stresses have been released, my muscles have been contracting very fast without me even being aware. And I just take my mind off or my hand off before I try to find out what was it that bent my hand. So stress is required. But what happens when we are constantly stressed? So once you're stressed, your body has to be taken off danger or to fight and give you victory. And once you're victorious, relaxants are now being released, endorphins, histamines and all of that. And these stressors are taken up or broken down and, released from your body, so that you can now be relaxed and you can be like, wow, I am safe. Wow, I am victorious. I won this battle. And then you can go on doing your normal activities. But what happens when we don't have enough time for those stresses to be broken down, those adrenalines, cortisols, to be broken down or to be taken up by your system, because you're constantly stressed, because now you have chronic stress. Either you're so fearful, you're thinking, oh, this battle is too big, this thing is too mighty, it's going to defeat me, I don't have a job, I'm going to lose my home. You start worrying, you start getting anxious. You don't believe that you have the ability to find a job. So you're worried, even though you have no control. A lot more stressors are being released, thinking you are in danger. And so your mind wants to release those stressors to keep you safe or to make you victorious again. But guess what? It doesn't have enough time to break them down or to take them up again now. So you can't be relaxed. So there is what we call chronic stress. You're continuously stressed and you have all of these stressors, cortisols in your system, which are not good. You become so anxious. You're constantly having palpitation. Your heart is beating faster. You are nervous because all of this is constantly being released and you don't have enough time. And that's why sometimes we need artificial systems, to actually instill relaxation, something maybe like meditation, like relaxation, for you to relax or to rest. After a hectic day, at work, you need to rest and relax. But if you keep working and working, then you are continuously stressed. And what happens? Later on, it might lead to depression. You are constantly fearful. You are anxious. Depression medically can be defined as an imbalance of chemicals, or hormones within your mind. So now you have a lot of stresses, cortisols, which are not normally designed to be there in your system. They are there. So there's an imbalance now. You have a lot more of dopamines, a lot more of adrenaline, a lot more of cortisols than it should normally be in a physiological stage. It becomes what is now a pathological stage. It becomes now like a disease, something that is no longer beneficial for you, but it is damaging for you. So you've got a lot of these chemicals in your brain that are not where they're supposed to be because of constant fear, and your mind is thinking, I need to take you out of danger. But in reality, you are in no danger. It is the perceived danger that you have in your mind or the fear that you have based on what you see in your external. So now you become depressed. And you have people telling you it's okay to be depressed. It's not okay to be depressed. It's just that it's not okay to be sick. Of course, we are imperfect. We'll have illnesses sometimes. But there are some people who've never been sick. We were never ideally born to be unwell, to be sick. We were born to flourish in optimal health and well-being. And we've got what it takes in nature, in our food, in water, those natural resources to feed our body, our cells, so we stay healthy. Depression is not normal. It becomes pathological. You were not designed to be unwell. There are some people, I've never been depressed in my life, and I can confidently say I will never be depressed. It's not an option. People tell you and you conform to the norm. Postnatal depression is normal. It's not normal. Women were designed for this same reason, to be able to conceive and give birth to children. When did it become a problem? When we give birth to children that we are supposed to nurture, that we conceive within our own womb and nurtured, even when we're not capable of seeing them. Yet now we can see them and protect them. We become depressed. And the society tells us it's okay, it's normal, and we conform. I want you, as you listen to me, to make up the decision, or your decision, your mind, that every single day you will be deliberately renewed through, information transforming your mind. You will deliberately renew the transformational power of your mind by getting information, knowledge that is truth and truth only. Because it is not normal to be depressed. Absolutely no. Let people not make you feel comfortable. It's like telling me it's normal to be sick. Unfortunately, we are humans. Yeah, we'll have illnesses, but it's not normal. I had tooth problems. I've been to the dentist. My husband has never had that. It's not normal to have tooth problems. I shouldn't say so. Most probably when I was younger, I ate a lot of sweet things. I went to boarding school. I didn't brush my teeth properly. I went to sleep after eating chocolate. And these are the consequences. Then I had cavities. I had my tooth, taken off and stuff like that. It is not normal. But because I'm human, I can have diseases. When my system stops functioning in the normal way, in the original way it was created and designed to function. So depression is not normal. Do not buy into that. You can live a depression-free life. It is possible. It is easy. It's all about understanding and harnessing the power of your mind. The great transformational power that resides in your mind, and you take full control of your mind, and don't let anybody control it. Don't let society, people tell you what is now norm, and then you conform to that. No, you must be transformed through the renewal of your mind, that you were born to experience health and experience it to the fullest, that you were born to thrive in optimal mental, emotional, and physical health and well-being, and nothing less. And so you become so aware now of what you're going to feed your mind with. It says a mind that is governed by the flesh. In other words, if I have to be governed by my physical world, for example, I am unwell physically, maybe I have a headache, maybe my leg is paining, or maybe I've lost my job, I'm sad, I've lost a dear one. If I am governed by the current things I see in my physical realm, it brings death. It brings death to my entire body. A mind that is governed by the flesh, by the things we see, which are subject to change. It kills your spirit. Whereas a mind that is governed by your spirit, by the powerhouse within you, your mind is that switch. The source of that light is your spirit. A mind that is governed by the source itself, which is the source of life, of joy, of peace, of power, of potential, that's within you. It's life. When you understand that, and you choose that you will only open your mind to have access to the spiritual world that is deposited within you. And when you're connected to the divine, to your creator himself, and you see yourself as he sees you, as he originally created you to be and flourish in optimal health and well-being, when you choose to be governed by your spirit, which is in alignment with his spirit, which wants the best for you, and you open the gateway of your mind, you turn on the light, so that greatness from your spirit can pour. Guess what? You can never be depressed. You can never be anxious for anything. Because you calm, you still. You know that everything we see is subject to change. Poverty will change. Even the money you have today, we've seen some extremely poor people become millionaires. We've seen some very rich people go down and become poor people and beggars, become homeless. Everything we see is subject to change. So you don't become anxious for everything, but you understand that the things that you don't see, the things that are within your spirit, the power has, because they are not tempered by physical conditions and circumstances, they remain permanent and unchanged. And you choose to switch on the light and let that greatness from within you flow, you can never be depressed. So do you understand that your mind is actually the gateway to optimal mental, emotional, spiritual health and well-being? You need your mind to access the greatness that's within you. You and you alone have the key to your mind. If you are careless, then you give it to another or let someone steal it. Someone cannot steal it. I'm speaking, literally. Then you are responsible. You must take responsibility of your actions. You must be responsible for your mental health. And then all other forms of your health, emotional, spiritual, will be great and intact. Because you can actually benefit from your spiritual health. You can benefit from that peace and serenity within you. Are you aware of the power that's within your mind? Take care of your mind. You must actually feed your mind day and night, like you feed your body. If you don't feed your body with physical food, or you feed it with junk, then you're malnourished, you're obese. If you feed your mind with junk, then you become malnourished, mentally malnourished. Then you wonder why you're sick, you're unwell, you're depressed, you are low, you're suicidal. You must feed your mind with healthy food, with healthy words, information, truth, words that are alive, words that are powerful, such as you are unique, you are powerful, you are more than conquerors through Christ who strengthens you. You are a victor, not a victim of your situations and circumstances. Never call yourself a victim. It is in the mind that we become victims. And when you know that you are a victor, remember, your mind is there to set you free. Your mind is there to help you fight a battle. That's why you get stressed and win it so you are victorious, or to take you wrong and you are actually free. You are not a victim, because it takes you and saves you from danger, from threats that are greater than your physical state can fight. So never call yourself a victim. Understand how your mind works and take control of your mind. Feed it with great words, positive words. And then you stay optimistic at all times. Let the theater of your mind be alert at every instant. Like you are the guardsman. Watch what comes into your mind. Watch whom you accept into your mind. The people, what they say, what they speak to you. Watch what you accept. You can actually sift out the things you don't want and take in only the things you want. Get role models. Get champions that you can look up to, so you can put down within your mind and say, if these people can do that, they are only human. If Sylvia can stand here and talk to me today, she's never been depressed, and she's never going to be depressed. And there are so many other people who have never been depressed, who are actually experiencing optimal health and well-being. If you see me, I'm always smiling, always laughing, sometimes even in great challenges. Because, it's just so overwhelming that I just start laughing, because it's above me. And that's when I know I'm only human. I am weak. If Sylvia can be this, Sylvia is only human like you, then you too can be. I come here to encourage you to take possession of the power within your mind and start experiencing optimal mental health. Because when you are mentally strong and resilient, you can conquer every life battle. You can win every battle in life and be victorious. You can become extremely successful. You can experience optimal health and well-being regardless of your physical health. I know some people physically, they're actually handicapped, in quote, as people will say, but mentally, they're the most powerful and healthy people on planet Earth. And because your mind is where the switch belongs, even in that body that's dying, that is without limbs, that is in pain, the light from your mind, when you turn on the switch, can come and shine in every area in your life and benefit it in a way that you could never think or imagine. Go and change the way you think. For as you think, so you become. Feed your mind with great thoughts. Your thoughts are powerful. Your thoughts are the roots that actually will bring nutrients to your mind. The way you think, when the thoughts are deeper in positivity, in optimism, in greatness, then you feed your mind with all that, and you only produce that, which is greatness. Above all, hold that great conviction within you, which is within your spirit. You don't see your beliefs, it's a spiritual thing. Your conviction. I sent a post out today that you should be so convicted. You should have such an unwavering conviction, an assurance in something far greater, in a greater one who sees where you don't see. My conviction, my assurance is in the Lord, is in God. He created me. He sees further. He knows the end of my life. He knows my very purpose. And my confidence is unwavering. My confidence is unshakable amidst the challenges I face, because I sit back and relax, because I know the promises that were given to me. I know the confidence I have in who I was born to become, and my purpose must be fulfilled to give him the glory. I wish you all the very best. Go find out your beliefs, your conviction. Your conviction will be the seed that will feed your mind to greatness or to death. What beliefs you hold about yourself, about your environment, about your future will determine who you become. I wish you a wonderful day. Your mind, remember again, is the gateway to optimal health and well-being. Take care of your mind. Don't let anybody tell you that depression is okay. People can have mental problems, other things. I'm not refusing, but understanding the power of the mind. I'm a medical professional. We've been able to cure people with cancer, which is not even related to the mind, but to tell you how powerful the mind is through the placebo effect, by giving them candy, sweet glucose, and telling them that that is the best medication that exists on planet Earth, and people have gotten well. So whatever physical or pathological situation that is really in your mind, I'm not denying it, because then there was no point for me ever getting into the medical field, but you can conquer it with your mind. We've seen that again and again. Before drugs come out, we have clinical trials, we have the placebo that we try and give to people for whatever medication we want to test and see the effect, if the placebo is more effective. And guess what? In some cases, placebos have healed people. From whatever illness you may name it, it's all in the mind. Unlock the greatness and power in your mind and experience optimal health and well-being, and never be depressed for a day again. Embrace stress, knowing that stress is your greatest ally to success. Stress is your greatest ally to victory. It comes to make you victorious. It comes to preserve you and keep you safe and sane, so that you have serenity over the things you have no control. So you go then and apply what you've learned today, because it is application of knowledge that is powerful and brings about real change in our lives. I wish you a wonderful and a glorious day. And you have been listening to Dr. Sylvia Forchap-Likambi, an empowerment and transformation expert, a leading empowerment and transformation authority, a well-being coach, and an executive and a life coach, a mentor, a best-selling author. I'm the founder and global CEO of Dr. Sylvia Likambi International Health and Wellbeing Clinic, where you experience optimal mental, emotional health and well-being. And your health is our number one priority. We believe that we're born to experience and flourish in optimal health and well-being. And we want to help you to get a taste of that ultimate, wonderful, great, and amazing health and well-being that's entrapped within you, so you can start experiencing it to the fullest and live a great and a fulfilled life. You have a wonderful day. And if you have any questions, if you've been blessed, why not share and bless another person? Above all, go and apply it in your life. And join me at the Marble Arch Marriott Hotel on the 29th of September, a powerful masterclass on optimal well-being and performance. I will take you through an intense journey of unlocking the great power, the transformational power of your mind, and see your health like you've never seen before, and start living in great health and well-being like never before. And you say goodbye once and for all to anxiety, fear, depression, because you were born to experience health and well-being to the fullest. You have a wonderful and a glorious day. And thank you so much for joining me. God bless you and you enjoy your day. Thank you. You can contact me at www.drsylvialikambi.com, www.drsylvialikambi.com, and it's info@drsylvialikambi.com. And WhatsApp +44 75 39 21 60 72. It is a place where we actually help people not to conform to societal norms and limitations, but that they are transformed through the deliberate renewal of their mind, so that greatness can be made manifest and they might live a great and fulfilled life. We unlock your mind, the power of your mind, and unveil your purpose, the purpose of health, the purpose of success, the purpose of everything in life, so you can experience life to the fullest as you were destined to experience. Thank you, and God bless you. Thank you so much. Bye now. Thank you.